Welcome back to the Panther Broadcast Channel and our 61st production.
This production is coming to you a little later than we planned due to the weather we had throughout February.
Thanks for joining us today, and we hope you enjoy our show.
Let's see how chaotic it is to make something with no senses.
We're doing the no senses baking thing. I can't see.
I can't hear anything.
And I won't be able to speak. And we gotta make cookies without a recipe.
Yummy.
Yeah. Woo! And at
great.
the end of this, we're gonna eat the cookies on camera.
A few moments later.
Just like 2 teaspoons? What?
What is it?
I don't know how to make cookies, man.
What is it?
Like, okay, it's in the bowl. That's all that matters.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think it matters. I've never made cookies before, so I have no idea.
Wait, what is it on?
What am I supposed to do?
Just like gently tilt it.
Is that all the dry?
So I need to talk to her, or she's trying to talk to me? So just talk to her. Okay. So you're doing good. Apparently Mayfield has some aggression towards the mix, but
One eternity later.
we just
Many minutes later.
This, it feels like a stress ball. That was the driest I've ever had in my life.
okay. Cookies. That's good. That's actually not that bad.
Okay, about to try it. I'm so scared.
So first of all, Graham's in front of the camera. There was like nothing bad about the cookie, but there was nothing good either. It had almost no flavor. There is a really weird aftertaste to it, but I think that's either the flour or that might be like the baking powder or baking soda that.
Let's now take a look at the upcoming 2025 NFL Draft and what players to look out for.
Welcome back to the Offseason special. My name's Camden Wisdom,
My name's Finney McGuire.
and today we're going to talk about the upcoming NFL Draft 2025. This is a big draft class, I think.
Yep.
A lot of big guys coming into it. A lot of guys that have retired. Then now we have a lot of younger guys that are coming in, like Shore Sanders. We got Ashton Genty.
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. There's Luther Burden. Big guys that we don't really know where they're going to go yet. But today we're going to talk about where we think they're going to go. So first up in this draft order, we've got the Tennessee Titans. They need a quarterback, a wide receiver, an edge, an offensive tackle, and a safety. So who do we think is going to land in Tennessee with Titans?
I honestly don't think they can make a wrong pick here. There's Travis Hunter, who's a two-side player, which is by far the most talented player in the draft. So they could either go with Cam Ward, the quarterback from Miami, Travis Hunter, or Abdul Carter, the best defensive player in the draft.
Well,
So-
Will Levis struggled all year with pressure. Their offensive line kind of sucks.
There's always free agency, though, so they might get
yeah.
Kirk Cousins or something.
I think that those older guys, though, I don't know if I would take them.
Yeah.
Like Kirk Cousins, okay, he did pretty good with, Atlanta, which, all right, but he's been in the league for how long now? It's time for these younger guys to kind of come in. I think Sam Darnold did really good at Minnesota for the Vikings. That was, pretty impressive to see him do that. He's at Carolina. struggled there. But yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think Will Levis will stay in Tennessee. That's just me. A 3-14 season, didn't play very good, but it's also his first season.
Yeah.
So
second
season.
first full season starting. So
Exactly. So I think it's kind of one of those things. You either, I don't know if he's a franchise quarterback. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, if it was me, I would probably go with a wide receiver. I think honestly, Luther Burden would be pretty good there. I think him and Will Levis.
that's too early. I think that's too early though.
I agree, but honestly, they need offensive tackles for sure, which that's on the list of things they need. I don't know if their defense is very good. Honestly, I didn't really watch Tennessee this year. My brother's a Tennessee Titans fan, but I really didn't watch Tennessee, so I'm not 100% sure on how they played. I don't really know. Next up, we've got the second pick is the Cleveland Browns. They need an edge, which is number one need. I don't know if that's really true. I think quarterback should be number one need, and I think they need wide receivers should be second. Running back should be third, but how they have it listed: edge, quarterback, offensive tackle, wide receiver, and running back. I do know they struggled at the quarterback position this year with Jameis Winston.
Yep.
They
also
play.
have Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, so. Exactly, and that's a whole nother story. Yep. So I think quarterback is a number one need. I think Cleveland has been searching for a quarterback and has never found one. I don't know.
I think Cam Ward would be a good fit there.
Cam Ward's pretty good.
If Cam Ward goes number one,
yeah.
Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, or Shedeur Sanders could go number two.
Yeah, I agree. And running back, who is your running back?
They got Nick Chubb, I think they're fine.
And he's not bad. He's not washed. He's not like Ezekiel Elliott or Todd Gurley or any of those guys. He's not like that. So I agree. Myles Garrett was very good.
He requested a trade though.
Yeah.
So I think if Abdul Carter doesn't get picked one or something, they'll have to take that into consideration. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now the third pick, the New York Giants. They went 3-14.
I think they have to pick a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, Drew Lock's okay. But I don't think he's a franchise quarterback. I think he'll always be a backup, which that's fine. I mean, he's good when you need him, but he's not good enough to start. I think that's the big struggle. They need a quarterback, an offensive tackle, an offensive guard, a cornerback, and a safety. Daniel Jones, he left New York, so yeah, like you said, I think a quarterback is really big for them.
If they can get Cam Ward at 3, they'd be pretty happy.
Awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That would be good. Honestly, I don't know if they need receivers.
No, they got Malik Neighbors. He's really good.
I honestly think they need an offensive line and a running back. I think that would be good. Their receivers are pretty good. They need a quarterback and a running back. I think they'd be pretty good on them. And then a defense. I think they need some defensive guys like cornerback and safety, which they do have. But you can only get so much in the draft. That's that part. Fourth up, we've got the New England Patriots. They need an offensive tackle, a wide receiver, an edge, a cornerback, and whatever that is.
Yeah, interior offensive line.
Yeah. So so the younger guys, yeah.
Honestly, if Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter land past number 3, they have to pick them no matter what because I don't really because they got their franchise quarterback in Drake May.
Yeah,
and
he's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. I mean, I think he's gotten more comfortable there. I think it's just all these quarterbacks that come in though they're not very good their first season because the NFL is way higher tempo than college football. I feel like these guys are a lot faster. They know what they're doing. You don't have guys, like in college football, you may catch a guy that's not as good as you think he is. But the greatness is in the NFL. It's just more high tempo. But yeah, I agree. I think though, they're really gonna have to go with receivers. I know they lost a couple receivers. Yeah. I don't know about their defense. I mean, from what it's looking like, it's not very good. They went 4-13. Yep. Offensive tackle, I'd say they probably need some because I would say he probably struggled in the pocket a little bit. But I think every NFL team kind of struggled with that this year. So I would agree with what you say on that. Fifth pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars. What do they do? I don't know.
They don't need a quarterback. They got Trevor Lawrence. The receivers are subpar. They got a really good one last year, and they got some decent second and third receivers.
Yeah.
They can honestly pick best available here, which would probably be an offensive lineman or if one of those top guys drop down to them. So they can either get a corner, safety, or an offensive lineman, I'd say would be good for them, or a receiver to be safe.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jacksonville just struggles. They do every year. I agree. I think they should focus more on defense than they should anything. I think they should leave the offense alone, try to let it do what it's doing, and just try to work on the defensive side, because they change things and you're not going to ever get better if you just keep changing the people that are in there. So I think they should just leave it there if it was me. Las Vegas Raiders.
I
Las
think,
Vegas is just
plain and simple, they're either going to get the receiver from Arizona,
I
or they're going to get Shador Sanders, because I think Shador Sanders already said he wanted to go there. But they also need a running back really bad, which they can get that in free agency. But if Shador Sanders isn't there, or the wide receiver, they can pick Ashton Genty and be perfectly fine with it.
Well, and like the Raiders always can play. I've noticed it. They can always play good when they play Kansas City.
Yeah.
Other than that, they suck. They can't do anything. Their coaching is take it or leave it. Their team isn't bad usually. They just can't play. Their coaching sucks, I feel like. And I think that's just the biggest struggle, though, is the coaching sucks, and you can't put together gameplay. But I think what you said, I agree with that. With Las Vegas, they're kind of could just use anything, honestly. Anything would help them. So, I mean, take whatever you can. Take it with a grain of salt. The New York Jets. Oh, God, this one hurts my head. They're not keeping Aaron Rodgers. I know that.
They might look for something in free agency for him, though, or a trade for Matthew Stafford or someone like that.
It's the only thing I can think of.
I think best available for them also.
Their offensive receivers are good. I think their O-line's
Their O-line's pretty solid.
Yeah,
their defense is solid too. They can pick.
I'll use a
There's
safety. I'd
really
say.
good defensive tackles in this draft, but I'm not sure that's their biggest need.
Yeah, I don't
If a
think.
quarterback drops down, I mean, they can pick him, but I really don't see 3 going in the first round unless it's late.
I agree.
Yeah, they can pick offensive line, safety. They can pick running back here, really, if they really need to.
Yeah, I agree. The Jets are just on the struggle train. They've been on the struggle train for a while, so just part of it. They, like I said, take whatever you can. These lower guys, they especially need to. Carolina, wow, 5-12. What a great team. They actually had a pretty good go at the end of the season. I think they might have it figured out. They've got edge, defense tackle, receiver, corner, and a quarterback. So
they don't need a quarterback. They just got one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Defense, probably.
They could be another team that pick.
I mean,
Ashton Genty as well.
I honestly would focus more on the offense here.
Yeah,
I would try to get some receivers and get a running back.
Maybe
get some guys around. Your
Young.
quarterback, so that you can, and that's for any guy. That's for any quarterback that's coming in, any quarterback that's been in. Get guys that are good around him that can make plays. The offensive line will have to do what they're going to have to do, no matter who they are. You're going to have slackers on the offensive line. So I think for Carolina's, if I was them, I would focus more, like I said, on the offense. Get some guys around them, see what you can do, make some plays, and just. You've already thrown away how many seasons now?
Yeah.
So you might as well just throw this one on the line, and if you throw it away, throw it away. That's what I would do. So, I mean, they've got an edge, defensive tackle, receiver. Like I said, all these guys need defensive tackles, every single year. An edge, just leave the guy you had there, honestly. That's what I do. Their defense didn't seem too bad this year. They played pretty good against Kansas City, played pretty good all season. Played good against Dallas. So if I was them, like I said, I would just focus on the offense, leave the defense alone. New Orleans got a new head coach, Kellen Moore. They need an edge, wide receiver, tight end, cornerback, and a defensive tackle. I could agree with that. I could agree with that entire list. Edge, receiver, they definitely need some receivers. Their defense kind of lacks a little. They definitely need a tight end. They've had the same tight end, Taysom Hill, for how long?
I think he just got cut the other day.
Yeah,
so.
he was good there for a while, and now he's kind of, you're getting old, and that's just part of it. That's how it goes.
I really think they should get a tight end to replace him. I think the tight end from Penn State, Tyler Warren, is the best tight end in the draft since Kyle Pitts a few years back. He's really good. If the tight end goes before the Saints, they can get a receiver or anything on defense would be good.
Well, it says here Chase Young might find a new home in free agency. The team declined a fifth-year option on their former first-round pick. Peyton Turner and Cameron Jordan turns 36 years old this summer. So that'd be kind of crazy if Chase Young found a new home in New Orleans. I think that would definitely help the Saints, that's for sure. Chase Young's pretty good, so that'd be pretty cool if he found a new home there. All right, 10th on the list, the Chicago Bears. They definitely need cornerbacks and safeties after I watched that play against Washington.
Yeah.
They need some guys that are going to focus here. Offensive guard, corner, offensive tackle, edge, and wide receiver. I know Caleb Williams kind of struggled.
His offensive line was terrible. I think they have to pick an offensive lineman no matter what.
I think they need offensive linemen and some receivers.
Yeah.
Defense,
I don't think they should get receivers until the second round, but
Yeah,
I think
wait
offensive linemen would be
first
really
round.
solid. Yeah.
First round, do that. Yeah. All right, we're on the same page on that. The San Francisco 49ers, the 11th pick, have not seen the San Francisco 49ers down this low in a very long time. They've been good with Brock Purdy. This year had a lot of injuries, which that's been huge for a lot of teams. I don't know. Is Nick Bosa going to be the normal Nick Bosa this year, or are we going to see him decline? What are we going to see here this year? I know they probably need some defensive guys.
Yeah.
Their offense isn't bad. Honestly, I would pick up a few receivers or a receiver because they've got
Deebo Samuel, I believe, requested a trade. So anything best available here would be fine. I wouldn't worry too much about them picking like an Ashton Genty or someone like that because they got pretty good running back room. But they can honestly pick anything from receivers to offensive line to defense here. So they got a pretty decent pick.
Yeah, I agree, and I think they'll be back to normal next year whenever they can get some guys back in there that already.
What's your impressions of the combine?
Well, look, we can go through some guys and some groups that really stood out to me, and I'll start with what we saw today with Armand Membo from Missouri, who I love it when guys have opportunities to compete. He's in the mix to be the top overall offensive lineman. He shows up here at over 330 pounds in a very loud, fast 40 at 4.91, accompanied with a phenomenal field workout. So he entered into this process as my 18th overall player. He's going to be going north, not south. He's someone at that size to be able to move around like he does. The question was guard, tackle. He's going to be a tackle, and he's going to be a very high pick.
And the Dallas Cowboys, the 12th pick, they released Ezekiel Elliott.
Rico Dowdle is in free agency.
Yeah. He's not bad. He's just very small. Yeah. I think it's time that Dallas picks another franchise running back. They did really good with Ezekiel Elliott in 2016, or whatever year it was. I think it was 2016 that they drafted him.
Offensive lineman, best for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I saw
retired.
Zach Martin's retiring, so that's huge. Zach Martin is one of the best offensive linemen that's probably ever played in the NFL.
They need a defensive tackle, corner,
for sure.
and a linebacker. I think the first three needs are the biggest for the Cowboys.
Yeah, cornerbacks are okay. We got Deron Bland, Trayvon Diggs. They're good. They just need to quit getting injured on the same season. If they would stop that, we'd be fine. Linebacker, I could see that. We have struggled trying to find a linebacker since Leighton Vander Esch left. Leighton Vander Esch was really, really good, just got hurt all the time. So, yeah, honestly, I'd hit on the first three.
I think the safe pick here would be to pick a receiver or Ashton Genty here.
Yeah.
I really don't know if you can
Dallas, I'd just go with Ashton Genty.
Yeah, if he's
because
still available.
The receivers aren't bad. They just need to communicate a little bit more. We need to clean up our offensive package a little bit, kind of clean up our plays. I think they would be fine if they did that. Yeah. But like you said, first three, that's what I would hit on. Pick 13, Miami Dolphins, 8-9. I don't really know. Honestly, I didn't really watch the Dolphins this year.
I think they can pick pretty much anything. I think the rest of the teams on this draft board can pick about anything they need.
Yeah. What's his face? Tua Tagovailoa, didn't he have another concussion or something?
Yeah, he did at the beginning.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I know about the Dolphins. I don't know anything else about the Dolphins. So
they need some defense.
Defense, okay.
We can just go through these picks here. Number 14, the Indianapolis Colts. They can pick, I think, best available for most of these teams here. Atlanta Falcons, they can pick best available. Arizona Cardinals can do the same thing.
Cincinnati receivers.
They need to get receiver or they need to get offensive lineman.
Yep.
Seattle, they need offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay, they need a receiver. I could see Luther Burden III going there.
I could. Yeah, I agree.
Number 20,
Denver.
they can pick Ashton Genty if he falls.
Yeah.
But
if he does, yeah. If he does, I think that'd be fine.
Yeah. Steelers, I truly believe that they should
get a quarterback.
I think they should get Jackson Dart from Ole Miss. He's really good.
Yep.
22, the LA Chargers.
Defense. I'd just go with defense here. I just did defense. Offense looks pretty good. Just pick up whatever you can.
Green Bay Packers. I think they're a pretty solid team. I think they need some defensive.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, cornerbacks for sure.
Yeah.
I saw them get beat on the pass game quite a bit this year. Same thing with Minnesota. They got beat on the pass game quite a bit this year. Run game, they were able to stop it. So I think they should.
Houston, they're a really good young team. But
I think they need some receivers for sure around
CHS
Stroud for sure. I mean, they've got a few, but I'd pick up some receivers.
LA Rams at 26. They could pick an offensive lineman if they trade away Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford. They really need a quarterback. So if Jackson Dart or one of the other ones fall, he'd be a pretty good pick for them. 27 is the Baltimore Ravens. They could pick pretty much anything that help Lamar or their defense out here. I really wouldn't be too worried about their pick.
Yeah, Lions, I'd definitely go with defense.
Yeah, they had a lot of injuries for that this year, but
other than that, their offense was pretty good. Just couldn't slow anyone down.
Commanders at 29.
That's not bad. That's the highest I've seen them in a while. Defense for sure for them. Offense was pretty on spot this year. Jay Daniels.
They have a lot of
really
cap
good.
space, so they're gonna spend a lot free agency.
I would.
30 is the Buffalo Bills. They need defensive tackle, receiver. They need a good receiver.
Receivers. Yeah, they need a really good one. If they had just one good one, the other.
I think trading up would be really good. I'd trade up with someone in the mid 15s or 20s.
Yeah.
Try to get some help for Josh Allen.
Yeah, the Fraud City Chiefs, Chris Jones. Yeah, I saw that whining in the Super Bowl. Tyler, your team lost again, especially to Philadelphia. They definitely need some defensive guys here, I'd say.
Yeah, they can pick receiver, anything.
Everyone talked up their defense all year. Obviously it's Kansas City. I got something to say about it, but they definitely need some defensive guys. They got obliterated on the defensive side against Philly. Philly ran all over them. They looked awful. They couldn't stop even the run. They couldn't even stop a little bitty short, pass route. So I definitely think they need to pick up whoever they can in the defensive side. Offense is just going to have to be what it is. Patrick Mahomes is going to have to suck it up. Kelsey's going to have to step up and play on offense because if they don't figure it out, they won't win the Super Bowl again next year. They may not even make it.
32 is the Philadelphia Eagles. Probably the best team in the league right now by far.
Yeah.
They're the most stable. They got some guys going to free agency, but I think they'll easily pick them up.
Yeah, I think they'll be good.
I think best available here would be good.
Yeah. I would agree. I would agree. So a very, very big draft class this year for a lot of teams. A lot of guys we're noticing defensive guys that are going out. I think all these offensive guys they've been here for a couple years, and the defensive guys, they're old, they're getting washed, and it's time for them to go. Yeah. And what they're doing is now they're cleaning shop, and all these guys are quitting. So now what we're seeing is a lot of defense. This is the first time I've ever seen this much defense in a draft, for their biggest needs. They may not even go with that, but their biggest needs are defensive guys. And this is the first time I've ever seen them even remotely this close. I mean, every single team had, a defensive tackle, or an edge. They all had that. So that's what I think's kind of interesting about this draft class. It'll be a pretty good one. You'll see where everyone goes. There's a lot of big names, a lot of teams that need a lot of guys. I think this draft class will be very interesting to see what can happen here. All you can do is sit back and watch. When is the draft even? I forget.
It is the 24th through the 26th of April.
Okay.
Free agency is still going to be huge for a lot of teams. So
I think it'll be pretty good. Just gotta wait and see. So I think that's all we got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in.
Now it's time to see which teacher has the best snack choice.
Hey guys, we're trying the snacks that the teacher said they were their favorite, and let's get into it. First, we're gonna go with Gordon. He said deer sticks, but we're gonna replace it with Slim Jims because Ramsey forgot to buy deer sticks.
I didn't forget to buy.
Mukbang mild, so you got the spicy ones?
Yeah, they're not spicy, they're mild.
Mild means, I thought, okay, yeah.
I couldn't get mine open. How do you guys think this? Me and Nate have already eaten like 4 of them.
No, they didn't.
No, we did. There's only like 5 left.
There's
Okay.
14 in the box.
10 out of 10. Love these.
What do you think?
I think it's like that bite was like a 8 out of 10 since I already had like 5 of them before.
So like in
Or like
total,
right
what do you
before.
rate it?
But Slim Jims are always a go-to.
That wasn't a number school.
They're like a 10 on a
10.
day-to-day basis.
10.
I go at 9.
Now we got
I feel like I finished good.
John Finley and we got Reese's Cups.
John Finley.
John.
Is his first name John?
Fin dog.
We got
Boy
Fin
John.
Dog. Guys, I can't get the wrapper off.
Nope.
These are really tight, dude. Where did you get these?
Okay.
Alright.
10 out of 10. Actually, one of my favorite candies, like 7. 7.
I think it's like a 4. That's not a 4, like a 6. I'm not a huge fan of Reese's Cups.
I'm gonna go like a 4.
What?
4, yeah.
Not me. They're top 7. Alright.
Alright, that was about prom, so.
Anyway, next we
Alright,
have.
next we have another Slim Jim.
No. Whose candy is next? Well, who actually Sour Patch Kids?
Who was it?
Miss Gates.
Miss Gates.
Okay, Miss Gates, the LA 3 and 4 language team.
Word.
Okay.
Maybe the strong Superman you are within that.
Okay. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go for a blue.
Yeah, blue's the only way. Looks pretty good.
I give it like a 3 or a 4.
That's crazy.
They're just like
Sour Patch Kids are my favorite.
like
Yeah, they're 10.
1 every hour is okay.
Sure.
But just like if you just sit there and eat a whole bag, it's just way too sugary.
10 out of
Which is
10.
not it.
Yeah. Okay, we haven't said the best for last. Who said these?
I don't know who did say Mike and Ike.
I don't remember.
Oh, Miss Fowler.
Badler, that's who it was.
My father said Mike and Ike's.
The most beautiful Miss Badler.
Okay, alright.
I know you want that much.
No, I do not actually like Mike and Ike's.
Why are they all red? Good.
Were they actually?
Okay, it tastes that.
Why'd you put them on the table? That's nasty.
Alright, got you. Like a 5.
Like a summer 8.
Oh,
My friends are my favorite road trip snack.
I don't like Mike and Ike's.
Because I suck on them in the road.
You're like a 8. Solid. You get the right flavor this
I
time.
just fucking drop them all on the table.
Gary's the worst flavor.
Okay.
Miss Feather copped probably the biggest L on that one.
Yeah, probably.
Good. Like only the red ones are kind of good. Alright. Best for last is Miss Walters.
Sugar cookies.
Just
Frosted sugar cookies.
greatest.
People say these have no flavor. I don't know what they're talking about.
Why'd
They
you just
lie.
open the bag?
Do teenagers, people make these?
Mmm.
Dummy.
So good. Top 10 party snack.
I don't know about all that.
No, yeah.
I do. I made my dad buy the JCTs for breakfast.
Really? I get a black food for myself.
Yeah, I think you have bigger issues. I think you need to lose some weight and try not to eat in the whole box by yourself.
Anyway.
Ramsey, we just sat there and ate a whole box of Slim Jims, dude.
Not fuck with it.
This is really good.
I mean, I freaked with it.
What
We're
was
gonna
your,
have to bleep out a lot of stuff, dude.
what was your favorite thing?
Sugar cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Slim Jims.
I'm gonna go Sour Patch Kids, Slim Jim, sugar cookies.
Real.
I'm gonna go sugar cookies, Slim Jims, Reese's.
Let's see how the weather's been recently.
Weather has been bad for towns like Centralia, Martinsville, and Indianapolis between January and February. Now January, for the towns, has lots of common and uncommon things happen, like for example, snow for Centralia, and cloudy and cold days. For Martinsville, it says the same clouds, coldness, and snow days. Well, could be rain. And Dallas is common for the clouds and cold, but also common for a few snows, rains, but mainly clouds and coldness. Now, for February, it seems to be a lot harsher than January. As for Centralia, there's been 5 snows. 2 of them had rain involved. The weather dropped down a lot. Same for Martinsville, the total of 4 snows, and at least 6 rain days that turn into 7 days maybe. And a bit warmer than February, but still had colder days. And Dallas has less cold days and more so warmer days, while still having 4 rain days. That may also turn to 5 while having the same amount of snow falling down like Martinsville. March for next month, the weather seems to be predicting for Central of warm days, 2 rains, and sun and clouds. Martinsville seems to be the same, having 3 rain days, and suns and clouds with warmer weather. Dominus is also supposed to have warmer clouds and sun. Well, it seems March is predicted to have sun, clouds, rain, and warmth. A lot better than January, but since the month ahead, the weather might be a lot different. Hurricanes have happened for 2025. There's been rain, snow, and clouds, but also, with a bit of research, seems to have tornadoes during January and February in places like the United States, Saudi Arabia, Italy, Europe, and the United Kingdom, along with New Zealand, Spain, and that's it. In January, there were a total of 7 tornadoes that had happened, while in February, so far, only one place has been targeted the most, which seems to be the United States.
Now join us as we interview varsity cheerleader Natalie Kropf.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hey
Hi.
guys. Hi. So, we're with Natalie today. Hi. And we're going to be asking her some questions about being a student athlete while we rate our Sonics Donuts food.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to start by saying what I got. So, to drink, I have an orange juice because I love orange juice. And I have a sausage, egg, and cheese croissant.
Okay, I have a peach ring hometown drink, and then I have donut holes.
Okay. I am Loki Big Back today. I have a croissant. It's ham, egg, and cheese. I have a Long John with Bavarian cream, and then I have a Harley Quinn hometown drink. Okay. We start with questions. I was going to ask what your name is, but we already established that.
Natalie Kropf.
Okay.
So, Natalie, what sport do you do? And how long have you been doing it for?
I do cheer, and I've been doing it since I was in 7th grade.
Are you on JV or varsity?
Varsity.
How many years have you been on varsity?
This would be my 3rd year on varsity.
Do you cheer for just school, or do you do like a competitive team?
I do school cheer and competitive cheer.
Which do you like better?
I wouldn't say I like one more than the other because they're very different and they both have their strengths and their weaknesses.
What's like something you like about competitive cheer and something you like about school cheer?
Something I like about competitive cheer is my favorite part of cheer is competitions, and so that's all you do, and it's really fun to go to those and compete. And my favorite part about school cheer would probably be just like they're like people you've known, and I feel like it's more of a family, I feel like, and you make really good, long-lasting bonds, and it's fun. And competing, too. I love that.
Do you like football season or basketball season better?
That's a hard choice because I like football season because you're outside, but I like basketball season more just because I've always liked basketball, and it's more fun to like when there's other cheerleaders and you get to watch each other and cheer each other on.
What are some things that like your teams have accomplished this year?
So for school cheer, we got second at state in November, and then for game day comp, we got 5th out of 17 this past weekend, and stunt comp, we got 20th out of 28 for my stunt group. And then the other stunt group got 22nd out of 28.
What is your like overall favorite memory from cheer? Like what sticks out to you most that you always like,
Definitely just like in any routine we do, the end of the routine, because it's just like, especially when you do really good after you compete, it's just so much fun to like know you did your best and like you can win and like, yeah.
Do you have like a specific one from like any of the years that like you enjoyed like the best?
This year at the end of the comp routine in November, me and Morgan Dimmitt, it's like the person you hug at the end of the routine. She was my person.
That was really memorable for you?
Yeah, good. Because it was her last year competing.
What's it like balancing like your schoolwork and like cheer?
So it's really hard, especially because I do school cheer and competitive cheer. I am not home from the time I go to school till late at night, and so it's really hard to find a time to get all my like homework and things done, and it's really difficult to juggle, but I seem to manage.
What position are you in cheer?
On school cheer, I'm a flyer.
What about competitive?
Oh, in competitive cheer, I'm a base.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is, like, which, would you say they're both equally as hard, or would you say one's harder than the other?
I would say basing is definitely harder for me, just because flying, I've just done that more, and that just comes more naturally to me. So then this year learning how to base, it's definitely was more of a struggle.
What is your favorite thing about being a flyer, and what's your favorite thing about being a base?
My favorite thing about being a flyer is the fact that, like, everyone's looking at you, so, like, you have to make sure, like, I don't know, it's really fun to just go up in the air, and then, like, you get to, like, smile, and you get to do all the facials and stuff, and that's definitely really fun. And then my favorite thing about being a base is knowing, like, I can technically, like, literally control the stunt from underneath it, so, like, I have the ability to save the stunt if it's going wrong.
How are cheer practices different from like other sports you've done in the past?
Well, I've done track and swim team in the past, and cheer practices, I would say, especially during comp seasons, they're definitely really hard because there's a lot of conditioning you have to do, especially building up for, like, at the beginning of the season, we do a lot of working out and conditioning and running so that we're nice and conditioned for comp so we can do our full outs and things. And so, yeah, I'd say they're pretty hard sometimes, but.
Okay. What is your favorite stunt to do? Fly or base?
My favorite stunt has to be the hand-to-hand, just because it's so cool and impressive, and we were the first, like, my group was the first people to, like, get it, and, like, I learned one at a Mizzou clinic one time, and then it was fun to, like, bring it back and, like, teach everyone how to do it, and it was just really fun.
Yeah. If you could give advice to a future cheerleader, what would you say?
It's definitely a great experience, and I would 100% recommend doing cheer because the bonds you make and everything, they'll last forever, and it's just a really good experience, I say.
Yeah. I'm on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye.
Come along with us to see new students that join the Drama Club.
State your name and grade.
My name is Skylar Adele, and I'm in 10th grade.
Sophie Dom, I'm a freshman. My name is Mayanna Mabry, and I am in 9th grade.
Nice.
I don't even know what it's called. It's like Greek. Lipiganza, I guess.
The Greek mythology Olympiaganza. I am in Olympiaganza.
What role are you playing?
Zeus, and I have a new role that I guess I'm a backup dancer.
I am playing both Rhea, a harpy, and a zombie. I have 3 roles. I'm woman, Pandora, and Atalanta.
Miss Herbslow, she kind of somewhat forced me to. She more of asked, and it was a small line, so I said sure, and now I have a whole nother part that she's making me do.
I didn't really have anything going on, so I thought it'd be easy enough to do. Well, I was always like socially distant from being out there, so I thought this would be like a step up. And my sister's best friend Bailey has like been in plays, and it looks really fun.
Are you enjoying it so far?
I am having the time of my life, in full honesty.
Yeah, it's fun. I've only been to one practice, but it's pretty fun. I think once we get like close to the week, because I feel like I'm gonna start like getting more comfortable with it after I do it more times. So I think after the first few weeks, it should be getting more fun, hopefully.
Definitely like performing in front of people.
Are you returning next year?
Hopefully.
Maybe. Depends on the type of play, I think.
Probably.
Well, thank you.
Let's talk to sophomore Gabby about cheerleading.
How was the competition in Springfield?
The competition in Springfield was good. It was a brand new competition for us, so it was our first time ever doing it. We got our like routine in like December and practiced a couple times a week to like make sure it was good, and then did it in front of the school like 2 times to make sure that like we like knew what it was like to perform in front of people. But with it being a new competition, it was still like kind of like throwing ourselves to the wolves almost, because you don't know what to expect in that situation. But it has 3 different categories, so you get like placed out of 3, and then whoever gets the overall top score is who wins like state, and you have the opportunity to put like a banner on the wall and stuff, so it's like still state. But we placed in our band chant, we placed 4th, we placed 5th in our timeout cheer, and then 9th in our fight song, and then overall we got 5th place out of 17 teams, so we had the largest division there, which was very good considering it was very new to us, and we kind of are keeping up with the 3-time back-to-back state champions, Hallsville. But I think like this was a very good learning experience for us, and it got a lot of us out of our comfort zone, because like when like you think of cheer, this is kind of like what you think of, but that's not really like what we do usually. Like we do like the tumbling and the stunts, but there's no difficulty, so you kind of just like, it's about like facials and like motions and stuff, and like doing like big stuff, you know, and like crazy props, and it's very chaotic, but it was very fun.
How was districts?
Cheering at districts has been good so far. The boys play tonight in Moberly, hopefully, but I will not be able to go to that game. But the girls won yesterday against Tolton, and they play very good, so I'm excited for them to hopefully do a good Saturday and make it to Final Four, because I think they have a very good chance at it again this year. The boys played against Moberly on Monday, and they also did very good there. It's been fun cheering at districts, because it's like a lot bigger of a crowd, you know, so people are more like engaged like with what we're doing, you know, where it can like lead more like crowd stuff, so it's like a lot of fun.
And with the season almost being over, what did you take away this year?
I think my biggest takeaway from cheer this year was that we had placed 5th at state last year, and then we came up and like placed 2nd, and I think the biggest takeaway for me was like learning how to like work as a team, and like putting your team before yourself, you know, like even if you're tired like and don't want to do it, like do it for the person next to you who wants to do good and like who wants to do this. So my biggest takeaway from this year was probably like learning how to work together and work as a team, because I feel like that helped us be very successful, because we had a very successful season, and I'm very excited for next year.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll be back with our next episode in early April. We hope you have a great rest of the day. See you next time.